Welcome back to News 3 Today. Get ready to set your sights on the biggest rubber ducky you've ever seen. The Deputy Duck Derby returns to Effingham County this weekend as hundreds of rubber ducks compete in a race for a great cause. Brian Bailey is the Public Information Officer for the Effingham County Sheriff's Office, and Samantha Eason is the CEO of Mackees Funds. They join us now with more. Thank you so much for being here, both of you.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so first of all, I don't know which one to talk about first, okay? We're going to talk about the Faith in Blue because that's what it's all about this weekend, the community coming together and getting to know our first responders, our police officers.
Right. Yeah, so again, the Faith in Blue is an annual event that the Effingham County Sheriff's Office participates in each year. Actually, the National Faith in Blue weekend is next weekend, but because of our super large surprise guest, we moved the entire event up a weekend. But yeah, the Faith in Blue is particularly just for the community to come out, shake hands, meet and greet officers, first responders, our firemen, some of the other agencies within Effingham County, and see them outside of their everyday duties and get a one-on-one interaction with them.
And that's important because you want to build those bonds between community and police officers.
Absolutely, absolutely, and especially with all the things that we've gone on that's happened, the last few days after Helene passed through. Yeah. So now this kind of gives them the opportunity to kind of be in a stressless environment, and get to just communicate and talk with first responders throughout the county.
Now, Samantha, this would not be possible if it not were for Mackees Funds. Mackees Funds. Tell us about Mackees Funds.
So we founded Mackees Funds as a, just an organization that can help raise money for the Georgia Sheriff Youth Homes.
First off, it was friends coming together. Y'all had some stuff in common, and you kind of.
It's me and my two best friends, and then I looped in my mom to help with the money, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've both been very supportive of me, and they've. Every time I've mentioned some crazy idea like having a giant rubber duck race, they have supported me and never made, thought twice about it. So it really wouldn't be possible without, Maddie and Courtney for sure. But yeah, we're super excited to have this. So as you know, we have the world's largest rubber duck coming this weekend.
See, that's what I was going to say. I was saving that, but let's talk about the duck since you've already brought it up twice, okay? This is like the largest duck, and this is the smallest city that this duck has ever been in.
Yes, ma'am. So the first time it's ever come to Georgia, and then let alone come to a town that doesn't have 100,000 population. Yeah. It's 6 stories tall, 73 foot long or 75 foot long, and like 60 foot wide. It is literally massive. The biggest thing in Effingham County.
Yeah. So this is all a part of the duck race, which is a part of the entire event. This is a day-long event with lots of activities for people, but the duck race, I guess, is one of the biggest highlights.
It is.
This is actually the longest race we've had. It's 3 times longer than what we've had in the past years, and almost double the number of duck racers that we've ever had. So we're super excited, and we're also going to have some other things this year that's new, like story time with the sheriff. Sheriff McDuffie's going to be reading a book a couple times throughout the day.
Okay.
And then we're also going to have a coloring contest this year, which is pretty cool. We're excited to have that too.
Now let's talk about the race and how that works, because you get ducks, you purchase ducks, but you can't take those ducks home. You use those ducks for the race, right? You need those ducks back, and you have specialty ducks as well.
We do.
Yes, ma'am. So your specialty ducks you can take home. Okay. Those are like little souvenirs. This year we have fast food themed ducks, dinosaur ducks, unicorns, Halloween. Those can all go home after the race. The yellow ducks that we have for duck racers, those we do keep just because, those are easier to, we don't have to reapply those, but the specialties you get to take home.
So we're running out of time, but I do want to say that 100% of the proceeds will go to Georgia Sheriff's Youth Home, and that's, you're really involved with that.
Absolutely. Near and dear to the Sheriff's heart and to the Effingham County Sheriff's Office as well.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. See, I didn't even get a chance to talk about the dunking booth. I think that's one of the biggest highlights. So here's the information for you. Faith in Blue Deputy Duck Derby taking place tomorrow from 10 until 3. That's on Pine Street in Springfield, correct?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us this
morning.
Thank you for having us.